Hi, I'm Kindla with M4 Knick, and the purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to set up custom buffer tables on the Parlay software. Now, opening Parlay, we can see we have Measuring tab, Device Logger, Configuration, and an Information tab. And we'll get to these a little later. So, firstly, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up my Portavo here, and this is just that USB cable that runs to your computer that's included with it. Now that it's plugged in, I'm going to go back to the Measuring tab, and I'm going to wait for the device to come up. Now that we have the Portavo reading, you'll see on the left you get your current measured values, and then above this you've got a log measure value. You can actually take records of what's currently being measured, display it on a graph as need be. Also, the device logger page, if you have any device logs, you can read them here, pull them up, view them on the graph on a table. Just note that this does take quite a while, so be prepared to wait. You down here, enable your graph. Next, where we need to go, configuration page, measurement and calibration. And then under this, we're going to select pH. Now, under pH at the bottom, we have a user specified buffer set. And this is where you're going to input your own table. So you'll see this is a blank grid, especially if you haven't been in here before. You can in fact type in here. So any of these values all around, it'll also tell you when you input something incorrectly, which is nice. So from here, we'll start to enter our buffers. And from left to right, you're going to want to go from lowest to highest. So I'm going to do a 479 buffer. And we're just going to leave 4 and 5 empty for now. They don't need to be filled. And then now what you're going to do is you have your nominal buffer set. You're going to take the buffer temperature table from that buffer you have, and we're just going to match it. For this example, I'm just going to use static numbers just to make things simple. But you're going to want to make sure you fill this table out fully with that information. Once you've filled out your buffer table, and you notice we have all 4, 7, 9 here, make sure everything's nice, you don't have any errors and nothing stands out. And I will show you here, if you enter your numbers and you have a value that is 0.25 off, plus or minus, it will throw you an error. So you will need to be within 0.25 of the nearest temperature value. So for example here, I put a 7.26, throws an error. If I throw a 7.24, error goes away. So just make sure everything's good and you don't get any errors before you save this. Go ahead and click OK when you're ready to move on. And then from here, we also have the ability to pull in an Excel file. This is a little more complicated, but if you want to have an Excel file that you want to apply to multiple Portavos, or you want to just be able to hold your buffer table until it's needed later. So this is what's going to look like if you import a full buffer table. Notice I just saved it and it goes straight to the device. This is what the actual table will look like from the Excel CSV file. Just a simple CSV file. And you can do this yourself, or what I would recommend is actually making a buffer table first and then saving that file so that you have something to work off of. And then lastly, most importantly, make sure that you go to the buffer set selection that is right above the user selected buffer set that we just made. Go ahead and set that to the user specified buffer set. And then that makes sure that it's going to actually use this buffer table we just selected. If you forget to do this, that's okay. When you go to do a calibration on the Portavo, just make sure you go into that table selection and you go all the way down to user 1 buffer. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.